Shout out to Adrian Thomas for sending me this story. And if y'all don't know who this is former mayor of Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick, who notoriously became more well known outside of Detroit for his role in wire fraud, racketeering, and all other things like that. But the way that they framed that story, they made it seem like he was the ringleader in the entire thing when he really wasn't. It's just that he was the sole black person that was involved, but there were other people involved, but they made it seem like he was the mastermind behind the entire thing, when that definitely was not the case. So in case y'all didn't know, well, first off, he was sentenced back in 2013 for his role in the crime to 28 years in prison, to set to be released in 2037. Well, now it has come out that he possibly will be released this week, as in I'm recording this on November 3rd, 2020, by the way. So yeah, let's see what they're talking about. Later this week, former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick is expected to be released from prison after serving 7 out of his 28-year sentence for his role in a major corruption scandal. You want to know what's so crazy? You have all those PC people who was involved with that college admission scandals, and they didn't even get 28 days, most of them. On Sunday night, his sister Ayanna Kilpatrick tweeted, "Due to suffering severe health challenges, we expect Kwame Kilpatrick to receive a grant for the WWOO 19 compassionate release from the FBOP this week. So he must have caught the virus." Kilpatrick's release date is still listed for January 18, 2037 on the Bureau of Prison Inmate Directory. Earlier this year, his family believed he would be released due to the virus, but the request was denied by the Federal Bureau of Prisons. In 2013, he was convicted for racketeering, mail fraud, and wire fraud, among other charges. Kilpatrick is currently serving his 28-year sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Oakdale, Louisiana, and has been fighting his sentence ever since. The original appeal of his conviction was sentencing was denied by the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. In 2017, he filed another motion to vacate his prison sentence, and that was denied by a district court judge. In 2018, Kilpatrick wrote a letter to 45 asking for his sentence to be commuted. Then in 2019, he was denied again by the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. Billionaire Peter Karamos, a longtime friend of Kilpatrick, said he was working to get the former mayor a presidential pardon. On Charlie LaDuff podcast, Karmanos implied that Kilpatrick was a victim of a political conspiracy and that he would use his influence with 45 to get him released from prison. In February 2020, during the National African American History Celebration at the White House, Detroit State Representative Sherry Gay Dagnogo spoke with 45's team about the Kilpatrick issue. She brought a letter signed by politicians. She brought and pastors across the state requesting commutation of the sentence. Kilpatrick served as mayor of Detroit from 2002 to 2008. He resigned in 2008 following the corruption scandal. And you know what's so crazy? According to a lot of people who are from Detroit or people who live up there, they liked him as a mayor. Like, a lot of people up there respected him as a mayor, especially the black citizens or the black residents up there. They liked him being the mayor for the city of Detroit. They felt that he was like that last bastion for that city because, Detroit, it's crazy how much of a decline of a city can happen to such an iconic city, because so much had come out of Detroit, Motor City, as they used to call it way back in the day. A lot of good things came out of there, but then over the years, it just went all the way down. And then, when Kwame Kilpatrick had got caught up in that scandal, they started to attribute all of the city's most recent issues, at least with his tenure as mayor, they started to throw that onto him as if he was the sole person or the sole reason as to why Detroit started to hit a decline, definitely economically. Like, I feel like they could do a whole documentary on Detroit, like the rise and fall of an industry, because Detroit, especially because of Ford Motors, the car industry, that could be heavily attributed to the success of not only Detroit, the city itself, but also the nation. Like, a nation owes a lot to the city of Detroit, but over the years it hit a huge decline, and then Detroit had a lot of famous black people that came out of it as well. Hitsville, like Motown and all of that stuff came out of Detroit. But now when people look at Detroit, it's like a lot of negativity comes that way, and a lot of it is because of what happened with this whole scandal. But it's crazy how if he gets out, it's only going to be because he possibly most likely caught the virus and not because he's fighting for his innocence. So we'll see what happens, but they're trying to make it seem like they're for certain that he's going to be released from jail, but we shall see. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.